Sony didn't give The Amazing Spider-Man the chance it deserved. Now, believe it or not, The Amazing Spider-Man 2 was actually supposed to get a sequel. Now, The Amazing Spider-Man 3 was supposed to focus on the storyline with Gwen dying and Peter kind of grieving over it, and seeing a much more darker version of this Spider-Man. Now, don't get me wrong, Andrews is not a perfect adaptation of Spider-Man, but I definitely feel like it deserved a lot more love, and it wasn't really as hated as it seemed. Now, if we got The Amazing Spider-Man 3, a lot would have changed. Like Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man would have probably been in the MCU. Now, you may or may have not noticed this little jab in No Way Home, but when Andrew Garfield came through the portal, he's literally right next to a trash bin. A trash bin. Sony, what did he do to you? And if I'm being completely honest, I feel like Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man was a lot more comic accurate than any of the others, because a lot of Spider-Man's quippiness was in Andrews. Not in Tom's, not in Toby's, but in Andrews. There are so many iconic quippy moments in The Amazing Spider-Man that really resemble the original character. Now, another thing, I think a lot of Andrew's reputation has been ruined because of the Sony Cinematic Universe. Because I personally think if Sony had went with Mark Webb's idea for the Amazing Spider-Man Cinematic Universe, we would be in a lot of a different situation here, because we wouldn't have stupid movies like Madam Web, Venom, and much more. Now, I definitely don't feel like this is a mistake that Sony can just fix, because they already have Tom Holland and his story set up. It's just unfortunate to me, because you could really tell when, like, if you look at the behind the scenes and stuff for The Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2, that Andrew really tried his best to act the character.